What's up, guys? It's Vibes here, back in the video, and today, you already know what I'm doing. We are doing a review on the newest movie by Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. I'm talking about Sinners, bro. Alright, so basically, Sinners is a vampire slayer movie about Michael B. Jordan playing twins named Stack and Smoke. They're known as the Stack and Smoke twins. And after years of spending time in Chicago and other places, working for Al Capone, robbing trains, robbing banks, doing some shit in the army, they're finally back in their hometown in Mississippi. The movie is set in 1937, I think. And they're coming back down to their hometown to start up their own juke joint, you feel me? Like a little juke joint, a little club, if you will. Alright, so after they purchase the property, they go back into town and they start recruiting some people. So one of the first people they bring in is Omar Benson Miller, aka Cornbread. You'll remember him as Soul George from 8 Mile, if you've seen 8 Mile. They also bring in fucking a singer named Preacher Boy, known as Miles Cotton. He's new to the acting scene. I haven't really seen him in much. I think this might be his debut film. I'm not gonna lie. He did an amazing job though. They also bring in an old pianist named Slim, aka Delroy Lindo. They also have Wunmi Mikasa playing Annie. She's the bartender for the club. Lee Jun Lee, she plays Grace. She helps with the interior design. She helped him to design the sign that goes outside and shit. And last but not least, we have the talented Hailee Steinfeld. Y'all know her from Spider-Verse. She's Kate Bishop, I'm pretty sure. She's playing Mary. She's an old flame of Stacks. They had a little thing going on 7 years prior to the movie before Stack left town and just ditched her. I want to start off by saying this movie is a genuine 10 out of 10, bro. I love the cast. I love the actors. I just loved it. There were some faces I've never seen before, and I really appreciated seeing that. Like, as I got to see some new people shine, I got to see some people that I've always loved to see shine. It was such a super diverse cast. I just loved seeing that. I was like, okay, this shit's tough. Ryan Coogler, he's really good at casting. That's what I like about him. Also, one of the things I also really liked about this movie is how Michael B. Jordan, he was portraying twins, and they weren't like just your average run-of-the-mill twins that have no individuality, and you can't tell which is which. But when you're watching Sinners and you look on screen, you'll be able to tell that this one's Stack, this one's Smoke, because their personalities are very different, and I just love that, bro. Because in a lot of pieces of media, you can only tell that twins are different just based off like the clothes that they wear, you know what I'm saying? But like, this is like, he did an amazing job just portraying two different sides of the same coin, you feel me? Alright, so honestly, I want to talk about some of my favorite scenes. My top favorite scene was when I don't really know if this counts as a spoiler, but I'm gonna put spoiler alert just in case if you don't want to hear this shit. But there was a scene where the club is in full motion. It's opening night. It's in full swing, and Preacher Boy he starts singing. They introduce him. He starts singing and shit, right? And as he's singing, Stack does a little voiceover as bro's singing, and it's like he's like, every couple hundred years there's a musician that can tap into the past and the future of music. The way I'm explaining is like really bad because it's like I don't remember that. I don't remember what he said exactly. But so basically it's just like they have, as Preacher Boy's singing, the beat changes and it's showing like ancestors, like African folks just dancing, having a good time, singing, playing instruments, and the beat change, like it like collides with his song, and it's beautiful. And then it just slowly transitions to like an 80s black dude just playing the guitar, and it was just beautiful. And I was like, oh my god, yo, this is cool. And then it goes even further. The beat changes again, and it's like a hip hop trap beat, and it's just like a bunch of black folks just chilling in like the new age, like today's time, and they're just chilling, they're just talking, just having a good time, and just dancing and shit. And it's like, it was so beautiful. Like, it just reminded me, like, that last part just reminded me of a bunch of parties I just be going to at ACAT, Aggie Pride. Hell yeah. Overall, the scene was beautiful, and I feel like they did a really amazing job just showing off black culture in that one scene. It really touched my heart. You feel me? It really just touched my heart. Now that I talked about one of my favorite scenes, I want to get into the action of the movie. Honestly, they had some really cool action scenes. The action scenes don't really come into like the third act in the movie after everything else is out of the way. But yeah, it's really worth the wait because you got this dude, you got them taking out vampires, you got them taking out KKK members, and you're just on the edge of your seat the entire time. It's just really cool to see. You know what I'm saying, bro? But no, when they're fighting vampires, it's like this whole scene where it's like they're gathering materials to start taking these niggas out. Bro. They got wooden stakes, they got garlic bombs, like little like they had pickled garlic, and they would like throw it at them motherfuckers, bro. Like pickle just the juice, they would just throw it at them, right? They had wooden stakes, and they also had fucking shit. They also Annie was also preparing a voodoo protection spell. I think I don't really remember that. I want to see the movie again because there's some things I still don't understand. I mean, I just really like enjoyed it. I want to watch it again. But yeah, there was also this one part where they were passing around garlic, and they were all eating a piece of garlic to like prove that nobody was bitten. And everybody was straight. They went around, they're doing it. People were like, oh no, I'm not doing this shit. I'm like, yes, the fuck you are. You're doing this shit because we gotta make sure that we all straight. We are. So they do that, and then after a while, the vampires get let in. As the vampires are flowing in, they start shooting these. It's just a great scene, bro. It's so good, bro. Another thing I wanted to talk about was how these aren't normal vampires, bro. These aren't the normal run-of-the-mill vampires that you see in like movies like Twilight or in My Babysitter's a Vampire, any of that shit, bro. These are like the old school vampires, and on top of that, they're Irish. The main villain was an Irish vampire. He was his name was Remick. He was played by Jack O'Connell. I don't know if you know his name. I haven't really seen him in much, but he was in that movie Unbroken. I don't know if you guys have seen Unbroken, but he was in there. But yeah, so these are Irish vampires, and there's a whole like scene where these niggas just in an Irish jig. It was just funny as hell, bro. It was funny as hell. Like they had all the other vampires just dancing around them in circles and shit, just like yeah. They're singing and dancing. I was like, yo, is this a fucking musical now? What's going on? But nah, that shit was funny as hell. But like, yeah, these are, like I was saying before, these are the old school vampires. They have to ask to be let in. So like, they come knocking at that door like, hey bro, could you please let me in? And they're like, nah, you can get stepping, bro. This isn't really for you. He's like, come on, bro, I'm just trying to vibe. Like, you were not trying to vibe. You trying to mark everybody in the building, bro. You know what I'm saying? But no, I just really liked that because it's like, it was the old school rules, and it's just like they had to abide by those. Because if you step in without being invited in, cooked. You're cooked. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but Adventure Time, they had a whole arc dedicated to slaying vampires, and one of them was like that. One of them was the old school vampire. He couldn't be let in unless you physically said yes, you can come in. And I don't know, I don't never really understood where that rule comes from, but I kind of fuck with it, because it's like, you can just manipulate, if you're a vampire, you can really just manipulate folks and just letting you slide. Like, and then you just cooked, bro, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, honestly, if I did spoil anything, I'm going to put a spoiler warning or edit it out completely because I don't want to spoil the movie for you guys. It's a great movie. It just came out on Friday. I watched it opening night. I want everybody else to get a chance to enjoy it without being spoiled for them, because I would have hated that. I don't fuck with spoilers, bro, at all. That shit is so lame, bro. Niggas just be posting spoilers just lame as fuck. No type of spoiler warning. That shit's just corny. That shit's corny as fuck. And on top of that, I just wanted to say a couple more things before I wrap the video up. One of the things I wanted to say was there are 2 post-credit scenes in the movie. You should check the first one out for sure, but if you don't feel stand for the second one, that's cool. The second one doesn't really matter that much. I'm not gonna tell you what the first one's about, but it really just wraps up the story in a big red bow. It was so cool, bro. It was so cool to see. I loved it. I really loved it. It kind of like opens the story up for new ideas, maybe like a sequel. Like, honestly, I feel like there shouldn't be a sequel because this movie was perfect the way it was. It was perfect. They kind of like ended the story up with a nice red bow, you feel me? But if they did make a sequel, I would be there opening night to go watch that because I loved Sinners. It was a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I can't stress that enough. I loved it. It was a 10 out of 10. Shit, bro. I love that movie so much. I make it my first ever YouTube review of it, bro. My first ever YouTube review. But yeah, honestly, I think that's a great place to wrap things up, guys. I just want to say like, subscribe, comment, share, all that. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out. Oh shit. Oh fuck, man. I thought it was. God, I'm done. I gotta see you later. Bye.